Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever noticed how life slows down beautifully in our golden years? It's a time when we finally get the chance to enjoy the fruits of our hard work, to breathe a little deeper, and to live with more intention. What better way to make this chapter of life more meaningful than by embracing eco-friendly living? After all, living sustainably doesn't just help the planet, it can also make your retirement more fulfilling, more comfortable, and more rewarding. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification so you never miss any video. There's a quiet kind of freedom that comes when you finally decide to let go of the things that no longer serve you. For so much of life, we gather clothes, books, dishes, decorations, gadgets, and mementos that pile up year after year. At the time, each purchase might have seemed important, each item might have had its purpose, but as the years pass, the weight of too much stuff begins to show. Closets bulge, drawers overflow, and suddenly our homes start to feel like storage spaces rather than sanctuaries. In your golden years, simplifying your space isn't just about tidiness. It's about reclaiming peace of mind, comfort, and a deeper sense of freedom. When you choose to simplify, you give yourself the gift of clarity. Every item you release is one less thing to clean, organize, or worry about. Think about opening a closet and seeing only the clothes you actually wear, neatly arranged, waiting for you, or walking into your living room and being greeted by open space, soft light, and the items you truly love, nothing more, nothing less. That kind of environment doesn't just ease your mind, it lightens your heart. It allows your home to feel calm, warm, and truly yours. There's also something profoundly eco-friendly about simplification. When you pass along items to others who can use them, you're extending their life and reducing waste. When you recycle old papers, donate unused furniture, or repurpose what you already have, actively contributing to a healthier planet. This means that simplifying isn't just a personal choice, it's a legacy choice. You're not only creating a better space for yourself, you're also making the world a little lighter for the generations that follow. Consider a simple example. A retired couple who decided to go through their garage one weekend. They found bicycles they hadn't ridden in years, boxes of kitchenware collecting dust, and old furniture stacked in the corner. Instead of letting these things continue to sit, they donated the bikes to a local youth program, gave the kitchenware to a family just starting out, and recycled the items too worn to pass along. By the end of it, garage wasn't just clean. It felt spacious and alive again. And the couple felt lighter. They had shed not just clutter, but years of silent weight. They hadn't even realized they were carrying. Simplifying your life also helps you focus on what really matters. When your surroundings aren't filled with distractions, energy can shift toward experiences, spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, traveling, or even just enjoying a quiet afternoon with a book. It's hard to feel truly present when your eyes are constantly drawn to piles of things that need sorting, cleaning, or fixing. But when your space is clear, your mind follows. You create room for joy, for creativity, and for a deeper appreciation of the life you've worked so hard to build. Some people worry that letting go of items means letting go of memories, but that's not true. Memories live in your heart, not in the boxes under your bed. Keeping a few meaningful pieces, a favorite photograph, a special heirloom, a letter from someone you love, carries far more meaning than keeping everything just because you're afraid to part with it. Choosing intentionally what to keep actually makes those items more precious because they're surrounded by space and attention instead of being lost in a crowd of clutter. At its core, simplifying your space in your golden years is about living with intention. It's about making the conscious choice to surround yourself only with what supports your happiness and comfort. It's about opening your home to light, air, and ease. In doing so, opening your life to more freedom and joy. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you gain room for what truly matters. Peace, purpose, the ability to savor every day of this beautiful chapter. There comes a time in life when you realize that the little choices you make every day matter more than you ever thought. Retirement and the golden years often bring with them a slower pace, but that doesn't mean they can't be filled with vitality, strength, and joy. In fact, this season of life can be the perfect opportunity to reshape your habits in a way that supports both your health and the planet's well-being. Choosing healthier habits isn't about drastic changes or rigid rules. It's about embracing small, sustainable actions that nourish your body, refresh your mind, and remind you that age does not limit growth. One of the most rewarding habits to adopt is incorporating fresh, locally grown food into your meals. Shopping at farmers markets or even growing a small patch of vegetables in your backyard can make a world of difference. Imagine slicing into a ripe tomato you grew yourself or preparing a salad with greens picked just minutes before dinner. The taste is richer, the nutrients are more powerful, and the experience itself is deeply satisfying. Plus, choosing local and seasonal produce reduces your environmental footprint by cutting down on the transportation and packaging that come with supermarket goods. It's a win-win. You nurture your health and you care for the earth. Physical activity is another habit that can transform your golden years. You don't need intense workouts to stay active. Sometimes the simplest movements are the most powerful. Taking a daily walk around your neighborhood, cycling to nearby shops, or practicing gentle yoga can keep your joints flexible, your heart strong, and your energy flowing. Walking, in particular, is a habit that blends health and sustainability beautifully. Every time you choose to walk instead of drive, you're exercising your body while reducing emissions. It may seem small, but over time, those steps add up to a stronger body, a clearer mind, and a healthier environment. Gardening is a perfect example of how healthier habits can overlap in the most fulfilling way. Digging in the soil, planting seeds, nurturing them as they grow provides more than just exercise. It connects you to nature, grounds you in the present, and fills you with a sense of purpose. When you harvest your own herbs, fruits, or vegetables, you enjoy the freshest, cleanest food possible. Gardening has even been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, create a deep sense of accomplishment, all while encouraging eco-friendly practices like composting and conserving resources. Mindful consumption is another habit that promotes health and sustainability. Choosing reusable water bottles, cooking more meals at home, or reducing processed foods doesn't just save the planet from extra waste. It saves your body from unnecessary toxins, sugars, and preservatives. Preparing simple, wholesome meals can become a joyful ritual rather than a chore, especially when it's done with care and creativity. These choices remind you that healthy living is not about restriction, but about abundance. The abundance of flavors, energy, and vitality that come when you treat your body with respect. Equally important are habits that support mental and emotional health. Practices like meditation, journaling, or simply spending more time outdoors can help you stay grounded and positive. Retirement offers the gift of time. Using that time to create space for inner calm is just as important as eating well or exercising. Sitting in the sun with a cup of tea, listening to birdsong, or practicing gratitude can become daily habits that enrich your life in ways money can't buy. What makes these habits truly powerful is that they ripple outward. When you live in a way that values your health and the environment, you set an example for others, children, grandchildren, neighbors, and friends. They see that age doesn't mean giving up on growth or vitality. It means embracing it in a new and intentional way. You show them that it's possible to thrive while also giving back to the earth that sustains us. Choosing healthier habits for a healthier you is really about living with care. Care for your body, care for your mind, and care for the world around you. It's about waking up each day with the quiet pride of knowing you're making choices that add life to your years and years to your life. In your golden years, every step toward healthier living becomes more than just a routine. It becomes a statement of resilience, gratitude, and purpose. That's the kind of habit worth holding on to. Community has always been at the heart of human happiness, and in the golden years, it becomes even more valuable. Retirement often brings more free time and fewer day-to-day obligations, which creates a beautiful opportunity to deepen connections with others. One of the most meaningful ways to do this is by engaging in green, eco-friendly choices that not only benefit the planet, but also bring people together. Building community through sustainable living is about finding purpose, friendship, and joy in shared actions that make the world a little better. Something as simple as a community garden. These spaces are not just about growing vegetables, they're about growing relationships. Imagine stepping outside, trowel in hand, and meeting neighbors who share your enthusiasm for nurturing the earth. You plant seeds side by side, swap gardening tips, laugh about the weather, share the joy of harvesting food together. The vegetables you bring home are fresh, but the connections you build are priceless. Community garden turns something as individual as gardening into a collective act of care, where everyone contributes and everyone benefits. Recycling programs and clean-up drives are another way to connect through eco-friendly choices. Volunteering for these efforts isn't just about picking up litter or sorting items. It's about coming together with others who care about the environment and want to make a difference. These shared experiences often lead to conversations, friendships, and a renewed sense of purpose. When you stand side by side with others working toward the same goal, you realize you're not just cleaning a park, you're strengthening the bonds that tie your community together. Even small, everyday choices can foster community spirit. Choosing to walk or cycle instead of driving doesn't just improve your health, it gives you more opportunities to interact with neighbors. A friendly wave, a short conversation, simply being visible in your community creates connections that cars often shield us from. By slowing down, you open the door to more human contact, and those little moments can add up to a stronger sense of belonging. Workshops and skill sharing are also powerful ways to connect. Perhaps you've learned how to compost, upcycle old furniture, or cook with seasonal produce. Sharing these skills with others can be both empowering and inspiring. You become a teacher and a learner at the same time, creating a circle of knowledge that strengthens community ties. Imagine hosting a simple session on how to make eco-friendly cleaning products. Suddenly, you're not just practicing sustainability, building a network of people who support and inspire each other. The joy of building community through green choices is that it multiplies. One person's decision to live more sustainably often sparks curiosity in others. A neighbor sees your rain barrel, and they want to try it too. A friend tastes a meal made from your garden produce, and they feel inspired to plant their own herbs. These ripple effects are how small personal choices grow into collective change. And in your golden years, when wisdom and experience are your strengths, your actions can have an even greater influence. There's also a profound emotional benefit in knowing that you are part of something bigger. Loneliness can sometimes creep into retirement, but eco-friendly activities that involve others keep you engaged and connected. Instead of focusing on what has been lost, like the busy routines of earlier life, you focus on what can be gained: shared purpose, companionship, and a sense of contribution. It reminds you that your presence and your choices matter, not just to the planet, but to the people around you. At its core, building community through green choices is about belonging. It's about finding joy in collective effort, pride in shared accomplishments, and comfort in the relationships that grow from working together. When you join hands with others to care for the environment, you're also nurturing the human connections that make life rich and fulfilling. In your golden years, these bonds can become one of your greatest sources of happiness, proof that the simple act of living sustainably has the power to bring people closer than ever before. When you reach the golden years of life, it's natural to think about what you're leaving behind. Legacy is no longer just about achievements, careers, or possessions. It becomes something deeper, something that touches the future in ways money or titles never could. Choosing eco-friendly living during retirement is one of the most powerful ways to leave a legacy that truly lasts. It's a way of saying, I was here and I cared, not just about myself, but about the generations who will walk this earth after me. Every decision you make, no matter how small, has the potential to shape the future. When you conserve water, recycle materials, or reduce waste, you're contributing to a cleaner, healthier environment for your children and grandchildren. It may seem like a drop in the ocean, but oceans are made of drops. Think of the impact if every person took those same small steps. It would create waves of change that ripple far beyond one lifetime. Legacy is not built on grand gestures alone. Often, it is built on daily habits. Imagine teaching your grandchild how to compost food scraps or showing them how to grow tomatoes in a simple pot on the balcony. To them, it may seem like just a fun activity, but those moments plant seeds, seeds of awareness, responsibility, and respect for the earth. Long after you're gone, those seeds will continue to grow, influencing how they live and the choices they make. That is how values get passed on, not through words alone, but through lived example. There is also something deeply comforting in knowing that your actions today can preserve beauty for tomorrow. A park kept clean, tree planted, or a garden nurtured may outlast your lifetime, becoming a gift to people you will never meet. Perhaps one day, a child will play in the shade of a tree you planted, or a bird will find shelter in its branches. These quiet acts of care may seem small in the moment, but they become part of a larger story of kindness and foresight. For many people, leaving a legacy through sustainable living also brings peace of mind. Is satisfaction in knowing that you've used your years not just to live well, but to live wisely. You've enjoyed the comfort of eco-friendly habits, like healthier food, simpler living, and stronger connections. And in doing so, you've also left behind a model for others to follow. It's a way of passing on not just things, but values. Values of stewardship, gratitude, and responsibility. A powerful example can be seen in families where traditions of eco-friendly living are handed down like heirlooms. A grandmother who saves rainwater teaches her grandchildren the importance of conservation. A grandfather who repairs instead of replaces shows the value of resourcefulness. These lessons are far more lasting than any object, because they live in the daily choices of those who carry them forward. That is a legacy no time can erase. Ultimately, leaving a legacy that truly lasts is about aligning your life with something bigger than yourself. It's about realizing that the choices you make in your retirement years are not just about comfort today, but about the world tomorrow. By choosing eco-friendly living, you ensure that the earth, its resources, and its beauty remain intact for generations yet to come. And in doing so, you create a legacy of care, compassion, foresight, one that speaks long after your voice has quieted. In your golden years, legacy is not measured in what you own, but in what you leave behind for others. A cleaner environment, a greener lifestyle, and values of sustainability. These are gifts that will outlast buildings, outlast possessions, perhaps even outlast memory itself. They are the kind of legacy that ensures your presence will always be felt, not just remembered. So, my friends, friendly living isn't about restrictions. It's about abundance. It's about living with clarity, health, community, and purpose. Your golden years are a chance not only to enjoy the life you've built, but also to make sure the world you leave behind reflects your values. Small steps, like planting a flower, reusing a bag, or choosing to walk instead of drive, can add up to a life of greater meaning. Your golden years are golden not just because of the time you have, but because of the impact you choose to make. Live lightly, live fully. Let your retirement be a shining example of how sustainability and fulfillment can walk hand in hand. Thank you.